Did you know Edward had no money and died in a friend's apartment? Billie Holiday had only 70 cents in her bank account when she died. Judy Garland was $4 million in debt at the end of her life. Sadly, they weren't the only ones. Many stars from the golden age of Hollywood were broke or in deep debt when they died. Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. was a singer, actor, and dancer. He became famous as a child in vaudeville and later wowed crowds with his voice and smooth moves. But even though he made a lot of money, he had big money problems later in life. Sammy spent too much on houses, cars, and fancy things. He also made bad choices with money. To pay fewer taxes, he put his money into risky plans. When those failed, the IRS gave him a $15 million tax bill. By 1990, he was very sick with throat cancer but still went on tour to earn money. He died that same year at age 64. Even though his estate was worth around $4 million, it wasn't enough to cover his debts. His wife had to sell their homes and things. In the end, the man known as Mr. Show Business died nearly broke, hurt by bad spending and poor money advice. Judy Garland. Judy Garland became a star as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. She earned about $40 million over her career. But when she died in 1969 at age 47, she owed around $4 million. Her troubles came from many places: bad money advice from her agents and ex-husbands, and her habit of giving away money to help friends. She did some big comeback shows, but most of her paychecks went straight to the IRS to cover old taxes. In the end, she had to sing in small clubs just to survive. When she died, Frank Sinatra paid for her funeral, and her daughter Liza Minnelli helped pay off her debts. Judy's story shows that even big stars can run out of money if they're not careful. George Raft was known for playing gangsters in movies like Scarface. He earned as much as $18,000 a week, but he lost a lot of it gambling on horses and in casinos. He also made bad choices with his career. He said no to roles in Casablanca and The Maltese Falcon, movies that made Humphrey Bogart a star. By the 1960s, he had big debts and went bankrupt in 1966. He tried to make a comeback, but his new roles didn't help much. He did small parts in Europe just to earn money. When he died in 1980, he had only $10,000 in life insurance and a few pieces of furniture. He was once rich and famous, but bad choices and gambling left him nearly broke. Fatty Arbuckle, born Roscoe Arbuckle, was a comedy star in early Hollywood. In 1920, he signed a huge deal worth $1 million a year. But the next year, his life changed when he was blamed for the death of actress Virginia Rapp. Even though he was found not guilty, he went through 3 big trials that cost him $700,000 in legal fees. That would be about $13 million today. He had to sell his home and cars. Movie studios pulled his films and he was blacklisted. His friend Buster Keaton gave him some money to help. Fatty tried to come back, but he had to work under a fake name. He directed some short films, but his fame was never the same. He died in 1933 with very little money. Even though he was cleared in court, the scandal ruined both his career and his finances. John Barrymore was a famous stage actor and part of a well-known acting family. He became a big star in movies too, with hits like Grand Hotel. But his personal life caused big money problems. He spent too much, drank a lot, and had several expensive divorces. In 1937, he went bankrupt because he couldn't pay his bills. Even with all this, he kept acting just to make money. But people stopped hiring him for big roles because of his drinking. He had to take small parts in movies that didn't match his talent. When he died in 1942, he still had debts that his estate had to deal with. He was one of the best actors of his time, but his money troubles and bad habits led to a sad ending.